If you're asking Allah for a life that requires you to show up, sis, then why are you still hiding behind excuses? Because dua is not magic. Dua is permission. Dua is power. But it is also commitment to meet the Barakah halfway. We cry, we beg, we plead in Tahajjud. Ya Allah, bless me with a better life. Fix my situation. Give me more. But then we scroll, we self-sabotage, we ghost our goals. We wait for the miracle, but forget that we are the miracle in motion. And if your habits are dishonoring the very life you are begging him for, then maybe it is not Allah delaying you. Maybe it's you. Let's talk about it.
احسب أن الدين بعيد عن حب وحياة وبهجرك للدين ستحيا تعشق ما.
Assalamu alaikum, my Limitless Queens. You're all welcome back to my channel. And if you are new here, my name is Zeesalv, but you can call me Z for short. Here we talk about all things faith, self-care, self-love, healing, confidence, and personal growth, while embracing a balanced Muslimah lifestyle that is pleasing to Allah. If that resonates with you, please subscribe, turn on notifications so you don't miss out on any of my videos. Today we are talking about something real. Something that most people will sugarcoat with a pretty caption and a loud Amen. But here, we are not doing surface level anymore. Because the truth is, you can't keep praying for a life that your daily habits, mindsets, and intentions are rejecting. You say you want the life, but are you willing to work for it? Let's start with this. You are praying for a finished product while running from the process. You want a strong marriage, but are you healing your attachment wounds? You want a thriving business, but are you waking up early and ignoring your time? You want closeness to Allah, but are you consistent with your salah when no one is watching? We love to pray for results, but we forget that Allah blesses the routine. Because Barakah doesn't fall on fantasy, it falls on intention plus consistency plus Tawakkul. And I get it, you are tired, you are carrying a lot. Maybe you are doing school, motherhood, work, marriage, and personal battles all at once. But this message isn't to shame you, sis. How many of us have made dua for clarity, but we are not sitting still enough to receive it? We ask Allah to heal us, but we keep replaying the pain. We ask Him for a new beginning, but we are still clinging to old patterns. We ask Him for discipline, but we don't shift our routines. And maybe, just maybe, we are not stuck. We are not just moving. Because sometimes the clarity you are waiting for only arrives after you take the first step, not before. You don't get the full vision while sitting in comfort. You get it when you walk in obedience, even if the road is unclear, even if your heart is shaking. Some of us are asking Allah for strength, but when He gives us discipline, we call it struggle. We ask Him for transformation, but when He removes distraction, we call it loneliness. We beg for healing, but when He makes us face our own habits, we call it hard. But here is the truth. Discipline is often the answer to the very dua you made. Not because Allah wants you to suffer, but because He wants you to build the capacity to carry what you are asking for. The pattern you don't see yet. You prayed for consistency. Then life got repetitive. You prayed for a new mindset, and suddenly your old habits started making you uncomfortable. You prayed for focus, and everything that used to distract you started falling away. That is not punishment. That is Allah organizing your life. You were expecting the answers to your dua to feel like a celebration, but instead it came wrapped in structure, in repetition, in early mornings, in quiet, in discomfort. And that is what many of us run from. Not because we are weak, but because we have been taught to associate it with comfort, not commitment. Islam honors effort, not perfection. Islam never told you to be perfect, sis, but it constantly tells you to strive. That striving, that discipline, that is choosing Allah again and again, even when you don't feel like it. That is showing up for Fajr after sleeping 2 hours. That is walking away from Haram when it would be easier to stay. That is choosing a productive task when the boss tells you to just rest. You deserve it. Even though rest is becoming your new excuse, discipline is an act of worship. It is how you prove to yourself and your Rab that your dua wasn't just a desperate moment, it was a declaration of who you are willing to become. The dua you made in pain requires a version of you that can handle the answer clearly. You don't need much motivation. You need structure with sincerity. You can pray every night for growth, but if your days are spent reacting, procrastinating, numbing, and comparing, how will that growth come? Barakah doesn't fall on intentions alone. It falls on the work done for the sake of Allah. You want confidence, build it through commitment. You want peace, create it by removing what keeps disturbing your soul. You want successful, allowed future, honor your current responsibilities with ihsan. Because the woman who can carry your next level is not someone you find, it is someone you become through daily discipline. Here are some reflections my limitless queen must sit with. 1. Have I mistaken divine discipline for punishment? What habits in my life feels hard but are actually Allah preparing me? What am I resisting that is secretly the container for the answer to my dua? Says, this is not a call to also in Aram way. This is not about burning out. It is about surrendering to obedience, because obedience is structure and structure is where barakah grows. You don't need a new routine every week. You need to stay rooted in the one that works until it produces fruit. Stop switching paths every time it gets boring. Stop changing your goals every time you lose focus. Stop ghosting the grind just because it's quiet and not clapped for. The people who are living their answers duas, they aren't luckier. They are just consistent. Now that we understand how dua is often answered through discipline, let's take it deeper, because some of us are not lazy. We are not unmotivated. We are not weak. We are simply undirected. Let's clear the air once and for all. You are not lazy. You are not incapable. You are not unworthy. You are just undirected. And undirected efforts will always feel exhausting. You will feel tired before you even start. You will be overwhelmed by everything, yes, committed to nothing, because you can't stay consistent with a vision you haven't defined. Dua needs direction, not just desperation. Many of us are making sincere dua, but we haven't even taken the time to visualize the life we are asking Allah to bless us with. Imagine someone sending a letter with no address on it. Where does it go? Nowhere. That is what dua without direction looks like. You ask for success, but what does your success mean to you? You ask for peace, but where in your life does peace need to be prioritized? You ask to be used for something greater, but you haven't even built the character to sustain that greatness yet. Allah is not withholding. You are just unclear, and clarity is a mercy that you must pursue. Your dua needs a blueprint. Let's shift from wishing to work. Take your dua and make it visual. Write it out, not as paragraph, but as a plan. For example, Ya Allah, make me consistent. And the plan should be wake up at the same time, set salah reminders, create a focused to-do list. If another dua is Ya Allah, make me confident. Your plan should be stop comparing, speak kindly to yourself, face small fears daily. Another dua might be Ya Allah, grant me peace. And your plan should be set boundaries, make decree daily, unfollow triggers, choose silence over chaos. The vision becomes clearer when you partner it with your prayer. Let's make something clear. You can make the most beautiful dua. You can cry in sujood. You can whisper it 1,000 times, doing like that to the cuddle. But if you drop that seed on concrete, nothing grows. You need the soil of structure. You need the sunlight of action. You need the water of daily habits. Because Allah sends rain, but He won't plant the garden for you. And clarity is what prepares the soil for your dua to actually bloom. I need you all to ask yourselves today, what is the specific life I am praying for? Have I made space for it in my habits? Is there any part of me still clinging to confusion because clarity means responsibility? Because when you get clear, you get accountable. And when you get accountable, everything changes. Let's be real. Sometimes we choose to stay confused because confusion is safe. If you are confused, you don't have to commit. If you don't commit, you don't have to fail. But see, staying stuck in confusion is a trap from Shaitan. It makes you feel spiritual for waiting on Allah, when in reality, it's already waiting on you. Confusion will have you praying with passion, but planning with fear. Starting things, but never finishing them. Wanting change, but not divining what that change even looks like. That is why we stay tired, not because we are doing too much, but because we are going nowhere really fast. You keep asking Allah to bless you with barakah in your time, in your mind, in your money, in your marriage, in your mission. But sis, barakah isn't random. It has a pattern, it has a condition, it has a space that it chooses to enter. Barakah follows obedience, not intention alone. A lot of us are sincere in our hearts, but careless in our habits. We intend to do better. We want to grow. We plan to be consistent, but we are still binge watching instead of learning, still reacting instead of responding, still making endless vision boards with no commitment behind them. And we wonder why Barakah is missing. Barakah is not emotional, it is spiritual. It is not attracted to vibes, it is attracted to obedience. You don't chase Barakah, you create space for it. Think about it. When you plant a seed, what do? You choose the right soil. You make space. You water it regularly. You keep weeds away. And then you wait with patience. Now, look at your dua. You planted the request beautiful. But did you prepare the ground? Did you remove distraction, as in the weeds? Did you stay consistent even when you didn't see results? Allah sends the rain, but He expects you to plant, protect, and prepare. Your dua needs a place to land. You are asking for a healed heart, but you are still in toxic circles. You are asking for a halal marriage, but you are not working on your emotional maturity. You are asking for a thriving business, but you are not honoring your time, money, work ethic. Barakah isn't withheld. It just haven't found the space that is ready for it. You have to become the woman who can receive what you are praying for. You can't just keep asking for harvest while refusing to plant. Or worse, while plucking the seeds every time you get discouraged. Ask yourself this: am I honoring the amana I already have? Am I watering what I planted, or am I abandoning it when it doesn't grow fast enough? Do my daily habits reflect someone who is praying with sincerity and moving with intention? Because sometimes Barakah is already on the way, but it is looking for the version of you that matches the answer. Barakah multiplies what is in motion. You don't need to have it all figured out. You just need to move. The first step in motion is where Barakah starts to multiply. 1 hour of focused efforts brings more progress than a week of overthinking. One sincere conversation can heal what years of avoidance couldn't. One act of obedience can invite a lifetime of divine provision. But you won't see the multiplication until you offer the movement. Let's say it clearly. What you are praying for is not found in your comfort zone. Barakah doesn't bloom in spiritual laziness. It shows up in obedience, patience, and repetition. The kind of repetition that is boring. The kind of effort that doesn't get clapped for. The kind of faith that keeps showing up when no one sees your progress. That is where Barakah is born. You have made the dua, you've cried in sujood, you've begged for more. Now the question is, are you becoming the woman who can carry what you are asking for? You are not being tested, you are being trained. Sometimes the reason your dua hasn't arrived yet isn't because it was denied, but because you are still in training. You are being prepared for the weight of what you've asked for, not punished. The emotional detachment you were going through, that is preparing you for the emotional maturity required to sustain a peaceful marriage. That rejection you experience, that is protecting you from entering rooms that will suffocate your faith. That delay in your career, that is teaching you what Barakah truly feels like. So when it comes, you won't chase dunya to get it again. You are not being ignored, you are being built. This journey you are on, it is not a side mission, it is a part of your worship. Waking up and choosing Allah again today, that is ibadah. Starting again after falling off, that is ibadah. Saying no to what your nerves want, that is ibadah. The work is the worship, and the more you commit to it, even when it is imperfect, the more Allah sees your sincerity. Not in how fast you grow, but in how often you return. Not in how loud your success is, but in how quiet your obedience stays. You don't just become R by accident, you become R by design. Dua opens the gate, but your decisions walk you through it. Every day you scroll past your goals, You delay the version of you that is waiting. Every day you make excuses. You shrink the space Barakah was ready to fill. But every day you show up, even just a little, you align yourself with your prayer, and Allah never lets sincere striving go unseen. Take a deep breath and ask yourself, what does the woman I am praying for actually look like? And am I honoring her with my actions today? Where in my life have I been waiting on Allah while He has been waiting on me to move? What's one area of my life will I commit to water consistently starting now? This is not about shame. This is not about perfection. This is about intention. It is about responsibility. It is about elevation with Allah through effort, obedience, and clarity. So, my limitless queens, if this video touched your heart, leave me a comment and share what you are praying for and one small steps you are willing to take to meet it halfway. And remember, the version of you are begging Allah to become already exists, but she's on the other side of your current habit. So don't stop at prayer. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Don't sit in excuses. Pray, move, trust, and repeat. May Allah bless your striving, multiply your sincerity, and crown your efforts with something greater than you imagine. I love you all for the sake of Allah, and I will see you in the next one, inshallah. But until then, be soft, be strong, and be limitless in your elevation. Assalamu alaikum. Peace out.
أحسب أن الدين بعيد عن حب وحياة وبها